Real quick guys, before we get started in today's video, I want to let you know the 335i Sweepstakes is live. And every $5 you spend with us, whether it's on performance parts or merchandise, gives you an entry to win the car. So thank you guys so much in advance. We love you guys. Now back to the video.
All right guys, well, it's an early morning for me. I just got a text message from my friends over at HRE Wheels that our HRE Flowform FF04 is ready to be picked up for our 335i project. And I live fairly close to HRE, so they caught me off guard a little bit. I don't have a camera with me. This is iPhone video coming your way. As you can see, I got my hockey gear in the back because I got a nice hockey game tonight. So it's going to be tough to fit 4 wheels in here alongside that massive bag and hockey sticks. So cross your fingers, we can get it all in and get it back to the hunt quarters so that we can plop these on the car as soon as possible once our Falcon tires show up.
Champagne and chandeliers, live my life in no fear. Champagne and chandeliers, live my life in no fear. Champagne and chandeliers, live my life in no fear. Champagne and chandeliers, live my life in no fear. Champagne and chandeliers, live my life in no fear. Champagne and chandeliers, live my life in no fear. Champagne and chandeliers, live my life in no fear. Champagne sipping, boy, I'm chandelier shining. My team stay winning, double O, we rising. Right now I'm so high, I'm about to smoke another one. Fiends used to blow my burner up for another one. Now I'm dropping music, like we still need to hear this. Did you hear what I'm saying?
All right guys, well, as you saw, Logan was able to help us stuff these bad boys into the old CT200H. Not only do I have 4 full-size 20-inch wheels in here, I also have a full hockey bag full of hockey equipment and 2 brand new Warrior hockey twigs in here, which is pretty impressive. As most of you guys know, I actually used to work at HRE Wheels, which was an awesome time for me. I got to work under a couple really awesome people that I still look up to this day. What I would like to say is that from being inside the walls of that place for a number of years, I will tell you that I'm pretty positive that there are very few other wheel manufacturers that take the attention and care when they're developing a wheel and actually producing the wheel. Kudos to HRE. The wheels cost a little more than some of the other brands out there, but these guys are running a made in the USA brand, providing jobs to people here in Southern California, and they're doing a fantastic job at it. We're happy to have these flow forms because they're really gonna set this car off. Just super pumped to have them on board. If you guys are in the market for forged wheels, they also make arguably the best forged wheels on the market as well. A little more pricey for forged stuff, but if you're building a custom car, that's the way to go in my opinion. So shout out to HRE for always backing us whenever we need wheels for a car. You guys have always been great, and we really appreciate working with you guys. Thanks again for supporting this 335 build that we're going to be giving away to one of our lucky subscribers. I'm going to go ahead and head back down to throtl headquarters and drop these off and hopefully do a little test fit today on the car. We'll see.
Yeah, special delivery or what? Woo! We can't show them yet. We can't show them just yet.
As long as I gotta blur it out.
Hell yeah. Let's bring these inside.
I told them not to worry about it.
Can't see these. Woo! Dang, those are sick. They look so good. Hit him with that cinematic, Victor.
Alright guys, as you can see, I'm carrying one of our new Flowform wheels. I'm gonna load these into the Lexus and head over to our friends at SD Tire and Wheel. Get these mounted up on our new Falcon tires. Getting 4 20-inch wheels and tires into a Lexus CT200H is not an easy task. Definitely have to lose the boxes and strategically plan how they go in. I'm gonna go ahead and stick the last wheel in the passenger seat, which I know it'll fit. That means I've got everything in there. But I wanted to show you guys this cool Flowform feature. The boxes are really neat. I love the design. My buddy Scott, actually from Valhalla Design, actually did these way back in the day when I actually used to work at HRE. This is my favorite part. Little message inside the box says, things are about to get awesome. And that's the truth. I know I haven't already showed you guys what these look like, but we actually put the same wheel on Courtney's F30, and it turned out so good that we decided to go ahead and put these on our F30 as well because of the cleanliness and the quality. For a flow form wheel, this thing's super light, super durable, stylish, and you can't beat the HRE brand. So let me load this up, and I'm gonna head over and get these mounted up. Just go ahead and strap her in. Make sure she's safe. All right, guys, now we're off to SD tire and wheel. And just like that, we've got our HRE flow forms, FF04 to be exact, with our Falcon. The Zenith FK510 tires mounted up in a 20-inch variant. These look awesome.
Sickest mount of the day. Red start stop button. Show them what ours looks like. Ours is a little worn. So I watched a video online. Comes with this like glue stuff, and you push it on here, and it pulls off the little start stop button. That worked perfectly. And we put our new button, that nice red. That's it. Oh my God, what an improvement. What a mod, what an installer. That looks so much better. Our work here is done.
Okay guys, so as you can see here, we've got our OE wheel fitment versus our HRE flow form and Falcon tire, a Zenith for comparison side by side. As you guys can see here, the overall diameter of these tires, even though one is an 18 and one is a 20, as you can see, we've spec'd it out so that our tire size, overall diameter is almost the same. And the reason you want to do this is to keep your speedometer accurate. If you guys make these much bigger or much smaller than your OE tire size, it's going to throw off the speedometer. This is even more critical on a car that's all-wheel drive. Ours is not, but you may have a 335xi or an all-wheel drive, whatever. You're really going to want to pay attention to this overall tire sizing versus what your stock size is. And keep it within the operating range of your vehicle's center differential if it's all-wheel drive, and also your speedometer. Overall, we're pretty good here. We're gonna go ahead and slap these on to give you guys a little compare while we have them off the car. The difference in meat size from our Falcon Zenith 510s to our stock tire size. That's a lot of extra tire on the ground. Ta-da!
Ooh, fresh cap though.
Usually when I put on center caps, and I think anybody else that's picky, I always use the valve stem as basically 6 o'clock or the bottom position. So what I'm gonna do is flip the center cap upside down and put the point towards that. That's just a uniformity thing for me, and I think anybody else that's fairly picky about their wheels. So there we have it.
Hey, wait, we're not done. One thing that bugs me about new wheels is they always get the, what do you call that?
Slime.
Slime. So we're gonna use the McGuire's. The flow forms look so good. I love the FF04s in the black. It just looks perfect against the red of this car. Now, obviously the car is still at its factory ride height, and you guys know we're not gonna be leaving it that way. But for now, we wanted to get the wheels on. And the next thing, actually why I'm in the car right now, is because we're going to get the car tinted by our friends over at Tint World. So Scott, the owner of that shop, He's the one who did our VR4, which turned out incredible. So we're gonna be going over there today, discussing a couple different tint options. We're not gonna go like completely black. We do wanna get the car tinted to kind of help with the sun. It does get pretty hot in a car in Southern California. And if the new winner of this car happens to live in a hot area, I think he'll appreciate it. He or she, I should say, will appreciate the car being tinted. So let's get over there and I'll show you guys what his shop looks like. All right, just got here to Tint World. We're gonna be dropping the 335 off for a day or so. So if you're interested in getting tints, they do some film protection, they do headlight tinting, they do a bunch of different stuff like that. Audio, car audio, a bunch of other stuff. So if you wanna check those guys out, I'll put their Instagram and the link in the description, and be sure to tell them that Throtl sent you over. They'll give you a good price as well. So thank you, Scott, and we'll check out the car tomorrow.
The next day.
There she is. Ooh, looking good. Perfect. Wow, what a difference. Just a tint that makes such a difference on this car. Keep it cooler in the sun. I like how it's not overly dark. Looks good. I do know that, I think for the first 48 hours or so, you can't put the windows down, but looks great. Thank you. Okay, driving a car that has tinted windows is one of those things that I've taken for granted. Driving this car, it just is so much darker and nicer inside when you drive it. When compared to my E36 or E46 that do not have tinted windows, you get in the car after it's been sitting in the sun for a while and you can barely touch the steering wheel and the shift knob. And this car was sitting out for a couple hours and it was nice and cool inside, which was pretty nice. So I think I'll probably be paying those guys a visit. I think I need to get my cars tinted as well. So a huge thank you to Scott, huge thank you to Jay over at Tint World. And as I mentioned earlier, all the information will be in the description below.
Anything for us, Evan?
Well, we got goodies, and this is for the 335i. All right, so as you guys saw, we have a ton of parts. A ton of parts just came in for the 335i build. Before we get any further, I wanna say a huge thank you to Brian over at Keys Motorsports. So these guys, they saw our video, they wanted to get involved with our project, and we couldn't be more stoked to bring on a partner. They sell a ton of BMW specific performance parts. So I wanted to kind of do a quick overview of all of the parts. We're obviously not gonna install all of them today, but I wanted to kind of go over all the products that we have in front of us here, and we'll kind of go over a little bit of the quality. So far, everything is looking really good. So let's start with the front bumper, rear bumper, and side skirt conversion. This is an M Sport conversion. as we've talked about, this car is the non-M Sport. It's a sport package, but it does have a different style of bumper. So if you compare the M Sport bumper to our factory bumper, you can tell this is a lot more aggressive. This is the way to go. So you guys probably saw in a previous video with Kevin Tran's car, that has the M Sport. So it's gonna look similar to that. Now to tack on to that, we have a Veris style front lip here. It's made out of carbon fiber. And we have a high kick spoiler, which looks really cool. So really gonna make the rear end of the car definitely a lot more aggressive. I really like the angle of that spoiler. We're waiting on a carbon fiber rear diffuser that's coming in over the next couple days. So in addition to the front lip and the rear spoiler being in carbon fiber, we're going with a carbon fiber little shark fin on the back. I think this is for the antenna. So it's pretty much just like an overlay. It's already got the double stick tape on the inside, and this is a super easy install, but it makes, I'd say, a pretty good difference. Same with these mirror caps. Now, I've installed a couple different mirror caps on my E82, my 135i, and Chelsea's car. And usually they're very, very, very thin. These ones from Keys are thick, and they have all of the factory mounting on the inside. So you just pop off those black caps and stick these on. Super easy installs, but they make a big difference when they're on the car. So I can't wait to install those. We also have the carbon fiber double slat grills. These will replace the ugly chrome grills. And I think the carbon fiber is gonna match really good. So for all you carbon fiber heads out there, this car's gonna have a lot of carbon fiber, and we are planning on leaving these exposed. Moving on to some of the performance stuff, we have an MST intake here. What I really like about this is the finish on this. So it's like a wrinkle black finish, looks really durable, and it does come with all the heat shields. And it has, really nice seals. So everything is gonna be a nice sealed compartment for this air intake, and help keep those air intake temperatures down with these little shields. But the finish on this is awesome, and comes with a nice cone air filter as well. So pretty straightforward, really nice product. This one's from MST Performance. So we also have a downpipe here. This is an Evolution Raceworks 4-inch downpipe. Really incredible quality on this. I've never used Evolution Raceworks parts, but I can appreciate some good TIG welding, and this is goals right here. Really, really nice. I wish I could weld like that. Has the wideband, the 202 sensor bungs already on there, all the mounting brackets, and nice little touch here too is that the bolts are actually welded, so you don't have to try to fiddle with hardware way up in areas that it's hard to reach. So really nice, and definitely before we install this, gonna wash all these oils off with some brake parts cleaner. Moving on, we have the Evolution Raceworks front mount intercooler and charge pipe kit. Really nice brush finish on all this, and I love the welding. Really excellent quality stuff. The end tanks are really cool. So the end tanks looks like they're most likely CNC machined. Then they weld on the fittings here on the side, and they got their logo right there, which looks really nice. And they have a little shield all around just to divert the air and provide flow to the right places. So really nice parts from Evolution Raceworks. I'm very excited to install that. And another thing that I noticed is that all this stuff comes with really comprehensive instructions. Probably one of my most favorite things. Comes with a quality control checklist. So someone physically went through and they checked to make sure that we had all the right components, all the right hardware, and then we're not gonna end up missing bolts and hardware halfway through the install job. So I really appreciate that type of stuff. I know Mickey and Ricky will too when we're installing all this stuff. So last but not least, we have a Motorsport Hardware stud conversion kit. I'm running this on the E46, and if you've ever owned a BMW, I highly recommend doing this. It just makes changing wheels, taking wheels on and off a lot easier. As you guys know, or maybe you don't know, that BMWs, they come with wheel bolts. So when you remove the bolts, the wheel essentially could just fall off, and no one wants to scratch a caliper or have something fall on the ground. So essentially what you do is when you take the wheel off, you just thread in the studs here, and you got a nice set of tuner lugs here from Motorsport Hardware. It even tells you the thread pitch right on it, and their nice conical lug seat, which is gonna be perfect for the HRE flow form. So huge thank you to Motorsport Hardware as well we're getting involved with this project. Now comes the fun part, but you're gonna have to wait. So I think that's where we're gonna end today's video. I do know that there's one thing we're gonna insert at the end of this clip. In case you guys missed it, Mickey was on a podcast with Frank from Downstar. So you guys know Downstar. We use Downstar hardware on everything. He's got a really awesome podcast. He invited Mickey out last weekend to go on it. And they did a podcast for almost 3 hours, I think. And I listened to the whole thing through. It was awesome. It goes over the history of throtl, Mickey's history in the automotive industry. So if you guys are interested in seeing the full podcast or the full video, we'll put that in the description below. We wanted to insert a couple minutes of the podcast just so you can kind of get a feel for what the conversation was about. And if you guys are interested, check out the link in the description. Watch the whole thing. Be sure to give Frank some big thumbs up and some comments on the video as well. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to our channel, and we'll see you in the next one.
Yo, what's up everybody? Welcome to another episode of Downtime with Downstar, episode 83. Today, 83, bro. We're cooking. Cooking lasagna in this.
Right. Yeah, let's go.
Today is a special episode, bro. I'm really excited about this, dude, because you're one guy that I've been wanting to talk to for a while. We always get that 2-minute conversation here and there, but we're sitting down with Mickey from throtl. Mickey, what's up, bro?
What's up, Frank? Thanks for having me. I'm stoked to be here.
Only the special ones.
That's real loud.
Only the special ones get the cowbell,
Nice,
bro.
Well, I appreciate that.
Dude, I appreciate you, bro. You made a little trek this morning, man.
Yep, drove up from San Diego and I was a little scared because I Googled it yesterday. It was about 3.5 hour drive.
Yeah.
But once I got on the road, it was actually only like 2 hours and some change. So
Yeah, at that time, dude, it's nasty during the day, you know.
No, it was
but
smooth sailing this morning.
yeah, if you come in the morning, it's cool.
And I used to do this drive, as I told you previously, when I
Yeah,
worked
you were
at
telling
AccuAir.
me.
I used to cruise right by this exit a couple times a month.
So from San Diego to SLO, you used to make that drive.
4 hours flat.
Wow, that's really good to be honest.
Yeah, I would leave at 4 a.m.
Wow. So
And I'd get through LA before the sun even came up, and I'd be pulling into SLO, San Luis Obispo.
Yeah.
When the sun was coming up. It was the perfect time because there's no traffic.
So was this like a Monday through Friday thing, or how did it even work out?
No, so we'll get into probably my history
yeah.
of work in the industry. But while I worked at AccuAir, they're based out of San Luis Obispo. I was living in San Diego at the time. They wanted me to come work for them. We had to make a gentleman's agreement that I was a full-time employee and I had to be there twice a month, basically. For a couple days each time.
Got you.
And so I was making the drive from San Diego back and forth. I could do that drive in my sleep at this point. So
Yeah.
when you said where you were, I was like, that's nothing.
Dude, thank you, man. I appreciate that. I always say on this show is that like time is the only currency that we really have, dude. And for you to give me shit over 7 hours of your time, man, I really appreciate it.
Small price to pay.
Thank you, man. So for anybody that doesn't know you, give us a little intro in the mind of Mickey.
Oh boy. Yeah, so I'm a lot older than I look, as you
look
found
good.
out today.
You look really good.
So I've been doing this for a long time. I started playing with cars when I was 15. I'm 42 now. Grew up in Akron, Ohio, where there's really not much of a car scene. The car scene there was mostly, in my day, growing up, old hot rods and a lot of Fox body Mustangs and Camaros. And I was the first dude to sort of, in that area, to sort of grab a Honda Civic. And I didn't have a lot of money. I was, just turned 16 or whatever, just got my first car, paid for it myself. It was a 88 Honda Civic hatchback, base model. It's $3,000, I think, at the time. So it was an 88. I bought it in 1990. I guess it would have been 1994. So it's still a
pretty new
fairly
car.
New car back then, 6 years old. I think it was $3,000 out the door.
No way.
Back then, that's stupid cheap. Yeah. So I bought the car, took it home, and I remember it was a manual. I couldn't even drive it home. I didn't know how to drive stick.
Yeah.
So my dad had to drive the car home for me. And that obviously spawned the learning how to drive stick and all that stuff. And I still remember vividly one morning, my dad coming up to my bedroom, waking me up. Boom, boom, get up. Your car leaked fluid all over the floor in the garage. You need to fix it. I was like, oh shit, what is it? So we go out there and he's like, it's your radiator. What are you doing today? So yeah, I'm fixing my car, I guess. And so he kind of helped me take the radiator out, showed me where to take it. We got it brazed, I think, it fixed. Mm-hmm. They repainted it black and we stuck the stock radiator back in. And I guess I owe it to my dad. So now I'm doing stuff for a living, yeah.
Dude, that's so sick, man. When you were telling me earlier that you were from Ohio, I had no idea, man.
Yeah.
So what is you were born in Ohio?
Yeah, born and raised in Akron, Ohio. Well, a suburb of Akron, Ohio, which I say Akron just because a lot of people know of Akron because of LeBron James and all that stuff.
Oh, okay.
She went to college in Akron, and then I graduated in 2002. Tried to sort of find my way after college for about a year and just realized that I was in the wrong community for what I wanted to be doing with my life.
Which was automotive?
Which was automotive.
Okay.
By this time, I had just purchased a brand new 99 Civic SI, Flamenco black model. I got one of the first ones in the area. Like I went to the dealer, traded in everything.